Hey, good morning, guys. So today I'm going to drive to this property. Okay, so a little backstory is on this property that I'm going to today. Several months ago, somebody referred us to this condo association. So the guy that referred us actually heads up a really huge landscaping company. I mean, they're huge, man, huge, like a couple hundred employees. Really big company, really good guy. The company's really good. It's actually one of the companies that I recommend people work for, or I actually recommend people work with, you know, if they don't work with me. So they're really good guys. So he had referred me, and because they honestly just didn't want the account because they're just so overbooked. So he referred me. I went, I gave her a really good price and everything, and she ended up using somebody else. And the reason that she ended up using somebody else, usually when I'm in a meeting with somebody about taking over their property, I'm pretty good with you know, figuring out if I'm going to get it or not. I would say, honestly, I'm probably 8 out of 10 for saying, hey, we're going to get it, and then we get it. So this is one of those that we didn't get, and I thought that it was done. I thought it was shoot in. They liked the price. We got along really great. In the end, she ended up picking somebody else. The reason she picked somebody else, though, was because they guaranteed her on a contract how many employees they were going to have on the property every single week. Okay, so I think that that's great that they can do that, but I don't think, I mean, Brightview and Yellowstone around here can't even do that because they're always short-handed, moving around or whatever. So it's incredible that they did that, and whatever, it got them the account, and that's the only reason they got the account over us. The property doesn't warrant, they wanted 7 people on the property every week during the winter time and everything. I mean, that doesn't work for us. I mean, I'm going to tell you the way that we operate, I would never, ever guarantee a certain amount of employees on a property, because one week there's not that many people there. You literally have voided your contract. You literally voided it because one dude calls in sick. Unless they have a provision in there that talks about, you know, employees getting sick or something like that. It's just incredible, though, that they did that. But like I said, it worked and they got the account. So they've been like apparently doing the lawn, you know, the lawn maintenance on it. I haven't heard from her since. It's been over 6 months. All of a sudden last night I get a call because the owners are coming in. And they want somebody to look at the landscaping. So I'm like, well, okay. I mean, hi, it's nice to talk to you. Haven't heard from you in a long time. Hope everything's well. But I'm curious, why is your current landscaper not doing the landscape? So, you know, and she didn't say why. She just said that it's a big landscape job. They want the entire community landscaped. And insinuated, and I don't like putting words in people's mouth or whatever, but insinuated that it was basically too big for them to handle. My thing is this, you know your profession and know you're part of it and know how to do it. But I will not take over or maintain a property if I cannot landscape it. If I'm not qualified to landscape it, and I'm not digging at anybody, because there are a lot of guys that are amazing at the lawn maintenance side and they just don't know anything about landscape. There are guys that know landscape, don't know anything about maintaining a property. But just my personal opinion for me is, if you are wanting to get in the commercial field, it will behoove you to understand landscape or to have a experience in landscape if you're going to maintain commercial properties. A lot of times I would see coming up, you know, in the game, when I first started, my clients, when I just did nothing but residential properties, would have other big landscape companies come in and do the landscaping. So that would happen a lot, you know, and I never bothered me because I just didn't really know much about landscaping. But so here's my thing on this is, you know, this is a good point that Leah brought up, because people do this. Legally, you have to get 3 bids. You have to, by law. Like here, you have to have 3 bids on file, you know, for any projects or any work or any payout. So I'm definitely not going to come out here with the intent to redesign their entire landscape for free. If they want a landscape design done, I'm just going to let them know up front that it's not going to be free and we're going to charge for it. Especially on an apartment complex, you're talking anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to come up with a design, including plant material, where everything goes and all that. It's intensive. It's pretty intense, man. It's too much is required to do it for free. I'm going to, while I'm there, meeting the owner, and I get a pretty good feel for people and what their intentions are. You know, a lot of us are, you know, pretty intuitive when it comes to that, but I definitely want to try to find out if I am only there being used as a bid. If I'm there being used as a bid, I'm just going to excuse myself from the bid, because I already know that. If I can tell you this, if you are being used for a secondary bid, being that they need 3, so they're going to call a couple other guys, I don't want anything to do with that. So, because I have never, and this doesn't mean that you can't, but for me, I have never won a landscape bid when I was there as just a person needing 3 bids. And this is moments where they were very open about it. We need bids, but they ended up giving it to their landscaper. And honestly, that could be the case here, because she's not answering. They're not saying no, they just cannot handle the landscape. They're just like, well, it's big, so it's a large project. So I don't know if they're just trying to work it to where it's like, let's make them think that they can't handle it. Let's get a bid, because they, you know, here in this town, people will come give you bids, but we're used to it. We're used to people calling us just to get bids, and we're basically being used, and we have no interest in that. I got better things to do with my time. That's like make money. So I really like this property manager, and I really wanted the property, so that's kind of the only reason I'm going there today. So I'm gonna head there right now, and we will see what happens. I'll tell you guys how the conversation went, and you know how I feel about it here in just a few minutes. So I'm gonna get through this traffic. Bum, bum, bum. All right, guys, so professional opinion is this. They definitely were not the typical owners. They were who's calling me? Okay, guys, so my professional opinion is this, if that's what you call it, but no, it is. We're pros, man. We're lawn pros. Is they definitely weren't fishing for a bunch of different bids, so that was, you know, that was pretty refreshing. They have extra kudos because they like the trigger happy hat. Honestly, I didn't mean to leave it on because I don't want people like freaking out because it says trigger happy go. They don't know what go means. Guns only, because I'm making one of those too. You know, they don't know it means green industry only. But they really liked the hat, so I thought that was funny, and that was pretty cool. So anyways, their current lawn maintenance company, I haven't been back to this property since I bid it, and I'm not one to crap talk, but straight up, they're just not doing a good job. And maybe though, in all fairness, maybe they're having like a bad couple of weeks, because it looked pretty good, but you could see where they're mowing and like nobody even weed eated around like a bed, and the grass like mowed and then up, you know, from not being weed eated. I saw that everywhere. I hit trees pulling into the office area, the clubhouse, which yeah, you can't do that. They're like so low. My truck is hitting them. So they're not really happy with the lawn maintenance crew. Possibly it looks like we're probably going to end up getting it. They didn't realize that we put a lawn maintenance bid, and they were really shocked, and they just said that they would get with a property manager and see what happened with that and where they're at. That they're just not happy with them anyways. But the purpose of the visit was landscaping. So they said that they've been waiting months for things to get done, and it's just taking too long. And that's the thing, communication, it's just always a thing. with these big properties and homeowners too, you know. But the difference is homeowners, they get distracted, they have things to do. These property managers, their focus is what you're doing or not doing. So we're going to give them a plant count. We're going to give them a bid on everything. And they want it done right away. So I'm pretty confident we're going to get the landscape job. So that's cool. We're pulling up to one of our properties, and it's going to be a pain in the butt today because they are doing the redoing the pavement in here. So that's about to be a nightmare. The guys already called me earlier and just said, man, they couldn't even park on one side of the complex because of the amount of work that they're in here doing. Here, let me show you guys what they're doing in here. All right, so they're doing a bunch of road work. They already chewed all of this up. They've got this all chewed up right here. So they're redoing that. They're redoing the asphalt everywhere. So it's making it a little more fun to try to do the lawn maintenance today and get around everything. So I'm gonna go in here, talk to the property manager, and then go see what the guys are doing. All right, so it's an absolute crazy mess out here with them redoing all the pavement. Oh man, it's bright. We're gonna pull up here, see what the guys are doing. We got a new guy. He's a really cool guy, man. Like him a lot. His name's Derek. He just moved down here. New beach boy. Really cool guy, man. Hopefully he works out just like we hope them all to work out, don't we? Yes, we do. Let me see what they're doing over here. Sorry for the ding dong. They're cleaning out the inside of that hedge. They're cleaning that hedge out. These vines, you know, the Virginia creepers, they grow up through there. It's just kind of hard to like reach through there and grab them sometimes. So what they're doing is just getting a weed eater and going underneath it and trying to pop the base. You know, they're just going around like the base of the viburnum and just you know, anything they come across that might be a vine that's growing up, it'll take care of it and keep it from popping through the top. Let's go drive around and see who we can find. Derek is on detail duty. He's pulling a bunch of viburnum. Pulling a bunch of ginger, variegated ginger. He's clipping all the dead stuff off of it. I have to take the STIHL. So some of you guys probably saw the STIHL thing. I have to go take the STIHL back to Ace Hardware, which is where I got it. You know, they have a mechanic there and all that stuff. I cannot figure it out, man. The thing, it feels like it's something with a gearbox at this point. I don't know. There's Jay. What up, Jay?
Happening. What's going on?
Dude, if I would have realized they were doing all this, I would have brought masks.
Brought masks?
Masks, yeah.
Ain't a big deal.
Are you dying?
Nope, I'm good. Actually, every day I'm getting a little closer.
I'm gonna jump over there. Make sure somebody goes in that pool area.
Alright. Okie doke.
Jay's the man. Where your lollipops, dog?
They're in my pocket.
All right. See, I want them to trim up all that dead ginger right there. We're gonna replace it. We're gonna take it all out, but I want them to remove it for now. I'll show you guys. So we put in a bunch of Harold I Ligustrums. I love these things, man. I think they're so nice. I wanted something that still kind of had the color of the Arbicolas to them, but you know, just kind of take out the tropical element because we got slammed with that freeze and it just destroyed everything. So we popped them all in replacement of all of the Arbicola. We just put them in a few weeks ago. They're doing really good. I love these things, man. I think the color contrast is great. I really like them a lot. And you can see across the street, we put them there. We put them all right there. We put them back in there, there, and back in there. Yeah, and I really like them a lot. We got them on this side too over here. Yeah, we landscaped this whole thing about a year ago. Let me show you guys what the edger's still doing. Hold on a second. Okay, so I have been through this edger. I have bought a new shaft, I bought a new cable. You know, there's grease in it. I don't get what it's doing, but here's what it's doing, okay? Listen to that. This thing feels like it is just tearing up the inside. If you take the head off, it'll still do it. So I don't get what's going on at all. But if you're revved up, it's fine until you let off the throttle. Oh, see, that time it doesn't even matter. This is really pissing me off, man. I mean, this is pissing me off. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. It's not my first rodeo with an edger. I replaced the whole shaft, the cable. It's installed right, as any halfway decent landscaper knows how to do, is put an edger together. I can swap motors. I can definitely handle putting an edger together. I've never in over 12 years had an issue like this. You guys saw like the last one, it melted. You know, the cable housing, it melted. The cable, the plastic guide that's in the shaft, it melted that. I'm not sure what's going on, but if I take this head off, it'll still do it, and it's doing it in the shaft. I don't know if it has something to do with the clutch, the engine, but it's, I do not like this FC91. I have not liked it since we bought it, and I actually regret buying it, but it could be something I'm doing wrong. So at this point, this is the first time in 12 years I have had to take an edger to a mechanic to figure out something that's not like carburetor related. This is insane, man. So I'm gonna go take it up there and drop it off and see what happens. You got to do what?
Gotta mulch up these vines, yo.
Hi. We haven't gotten a dance. Everybody's asked for a dance.
For me?
That's all he's got. Sucks. Oh, I gotta put the pole saw. I gotta put the pole saw rack. Hey, where's the impact gun? Woo! Where's the impact gun at?
In the dump truck here. I locked it.
All right.
You need it?
Yeah, I gotta put the pole saw rack on. Right there. I'm gonna put the pole saw rack right here. Let's put this on. I brought the nuts and bolts. I brought the nuts and bolts for it. What up, Tommy? Y'all know how much Tommy loves the camera. How you feeling today, Tommy?
I'm feeling better today.
You good?
Yes, sir.
Tommy had the funky boo-boo yesterday.
Yeah.
Tommy called and said,
I'm not coming into work today and there's nothing you can do about it. I said, well, I hope you feel better. We're glad he's feeling better, man. Tommy had the funky boo-boo. Are you throwing up? Ugh. Nasty. You nasty, Tommy. You nasty. See, what had happened was, we're gonna parallel walk with Tommy. So, Tommy, how does it feel to work for Beach River Landscapes? See how he laughed? He just thinks it's funny. He thinks it's a joke. Bye, Tommy. All right, so show you guys, I ended up mounting the pole saw racks, the Green Touch pole saw racks. I tried mounting them against the wall, but it didn't stick out far enough. I could have put a plate behind it, but what I was worried about was them sticking out too far, but they don't actually. If you see the way it's lined up, with the weed eater on here and the guard actually sticks out farther than the pole saw does. So I'm good as far as not sticking out or protruding out into the lane any farther than I already am, which is I'm within you know, specs, so I'm good to go as it is. So this will be killer for holding the pole saw. Whenever I do a bunch of you know, tree work, I can just carry this right along now. I can carry it right along now instead of having to put it in the bed of the dump truck, which is awesome. So this is coolness. It's pretty sturdy too. I'll let you see, like, if it's going through bumps and everything. I mean, it's, you know, this truck doesn't bounce around that much, but if it bumps around, the pole saw's not going anywhere. So I love those, man. That's awesome. Eventually what I'd like to do though is maybe bottom mount them underneath the rail, just kind of have it tucked in. But for now, this works, and I like it a lot. So the tire's flat on the giant vat.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I couldn't get it to air up with the tank, so he licked something and it started working. I don't know. If I haven't said it before, I'm gonna say it again, but I'm pretty sure I say it a lot. I love our guys, man. Our guys are awesome. And it all goes, well, it just, my mentality is this: do unto others, okay? I have the mentality that they work with us, not for us. Yes, they work for us, but they work with us, you know, like, and that's just, you know, that's a different mentality. I've had a lot of jobs, man, you know, I'm not proud, but I mean, I've had like 32 jobs, you know, like growing up. But one thing I did take away from all of those jobs that I had is to try to be one of the best bosses you could possibly be. And I may not be the best. I mean, there are things that I still have to work on and things that I have to try to perfect or try to do a better job with. But I think that I definitely try to do my part. You know, I try to be as good as I can with the guys. But the respect is something that just goes both ways. It's with them and it's with me. And I tell them respect is free, you know, you don't have to earn respect here. You don't have to earn it. I mean, you're not like building up points, you know what I'm saying? You know, they get respect the day that they decide that they are going to come join this family and bust their ass doing a job. From that moment right there, they have my respect, they have Leah's respect. And from that point forward, maintaining the respect is your responsibility. I do my part to maintain the respect, you do your part. And when we no longer have respect for each other, we no longer work together. If we can't respect each other, something has broken down and failed, and if I can't fix it, we just don't work together anymore. We've gone through so many different people over the last couple of years that have come in and out, and it sucks, man. Like, you guys know, you see how excited I get when somebody new, like Derek's new, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited, and yeah, some people are just jaded by it and like, dude, I don't get any hopes up. And I don't have so many hopes up, but I get excited, you know, when I find somebody that wants to be here. I get excited, man, because I can't go in with that attitude like, oh, I ain't worried about nothing. No, man, I get excited. I love them, man. I love these guys. Our company is only growing because how hard these guys look. Here's another updated look at trailer 1 since we redid it. It's looking sexy. Yeah, I got overexposure sexiness going on my face. But anyway, There we go. Here's trailer 1 since we redid it, and it's doing well. All right, guys, I'm gonna go drop this edger off and see what happens. Okay, guys, so let's do an update before I leave Ace Hardware. Okay, there's no beating around the bush. There's no getting away from this. So the problems that I had with the STIHL are my fault. I cannot put this off on anybody else, so I apologize to STIHL. Listen, STIHL, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I blamed you for my ignorance. So it's my fault. So the clutch cable, you know, the rod that turns everything, you have to grease it before you put it back in, of course. You always have had to do that. Well, you didn't really have to do it on the old ones because you could fill it with grease and grease came out, but never had a problem with that. But the new one doesn't have a spot to grease the gearbox on the FC91. You don't grease the gearbox. I don't like that. I don't like that. But anyways, it's my fault because I did not grease the rod before it went back into the shaft. The cable, rod sounds weird, so I did not grease the cable before it went back into the shaft when I replaced it all, because my brother, it's all his fault. All right, it's his fault because I wouldn't even be in this position if he didn't step on the edger in the first place and broke the shaft in half, forcing me to replace the cable and the shaft. So first of all, let's divert the blame to where it really should go, and that's all my brother. It ain't my fault. So it's my fault. I broke it. So I felt really stupid. I just did not even think about greasing the cable. I didn't think about it. So here I am, $140 later. Well, in all fairness, it's $70 later, you know, because he broke the shaft. I would have had to replace it anyway, but it is a $70 mistake, technically. $70 mistake. So it's a $70 mistake, and I learned from it, obviously. But man, I felt so stupid going in there. And then the dude, he was so nice though. He was a really cool guy. And he, you know, when people try to make you not feel stupid, but you still feel stupid, he tried to not make me feel stupid, and it didn't work. I just felt stupid, and I had to own up. I go, dude, I'm an idiot. Like, you know, I grew up in mechanics, and I'm a total idiot. I just didn't even think of this. Do not take things that you know for granted, because we just don't think of everything all the time, obviously. So again, STIHL, I apologize. I still do not like that edger though. I don't like it. The guys don't like it. They don't like using it. But anyways, grease that cable if you replace it on the FC91, or you're going to go through edger shafts and cables a lot. So if you replace it, grease it. What is that, a slogan? If you replace it, grease it. All right, guys, I'm going to head home early today. I'm gonna go take my beautiful wife to lunch and get some bids and stuff together for that landscape job. Hope you guys are killing it. Have an awesome day. Oh, if you guys are feeling frisky, go check out Trigger Happy Go on the Etsy page. You can just go to Etsy and put it in, you'll find it. You guys have a good one. Peace out.
up the pieces and run away. Can I lay down? We'll make a sound. Everyone needs a place to hide, to face a change that comes to light. Bury the hopeless sound, rise up and push it down.